Hello, this is Andrea from Spreadsheetables, and let me walk you through this food and grocery delivery drive income and mileage tracker. So when you first download it, this is what you're gonna see. You're gonna make a copy, and then you're gonna see this page. Here's just a quick guide to get you started, and it shows you gives you some instructions of what each column mean and what you should enter on them. So just a little bit over here, but I'm gonna walk you through everything, so don't worry about that. So when you to get everything set up, you're going to go to the setup page. You're gonna sit down here at the tab, and then you're going to enter the cost of the fuel in your area. So if the gas has been around $3.39, or if you're in California, it's more expensive, probably around $6 right now. So you just enter the cost of the fuel, and it doesn't have to be perfect, just an average of what you've been paying, for example, the past week or so, right? The price or the month. And then here you're going to enter your vehicle miles per gallon. You can find that on your the manual, or sometimes like in your car dashboard. If you have a digital dashboard, it will show like how much is your miles per gallon average. So you just enter that number in here. If not, I'm sure Google could help you get you an estimate of what you just put your car brand and the year, the model, and everything like that, and then it should give you this number right here. Here you're going to set the percentage that you want to set aside for the taxes. So this will vary because when you work for delivery apps, you are an independent contractor. So that means that they don't hold anything taxes, no federal taxes, no state taxes, none. So you are responsible for that. So make sure, and this is really important, make sure that you're setting some money aside, so when it's time to do your taxes, you're not caught off, guard, and then you're owing a lot of money to the government. So this will vary around 20 to 30% depending on your tax bracket and everything like that. So if you want to be safe, just put 30% here. And whatever money you don't have to pay to the government at the end of the year, that will be an extra money that you're gonna have in your pocket. So regardless, I like to set aside on a higher on a higher end. Here is the federal mileage allowance. And this is a tax write-off. So when you are an independent contractor, and because you are driving your own car, instead of submitting, how do you say, the expenses, if your car maintenance, if you needed some maintenance until you have to calculate all the ratio that you used for personal use and for work or for whatever, the government will give you, as of right now, it's 65 cents that they give you per mile that you drive. And that includes the gas that you spend, includes any maintenance that you have to do in your car. And this is a tax write-off. So save this for either for your accountant at the end of the year or for yourself if you are doing this. And then last but not least, just enter the delivery apps that you used over here. I have space for 6. So if you're doing Instacart, Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, whatever it is, the app that you're using for the delivery, you're just gonna enter it here. And this is going to feed into the service log tab. So just click over here, and then you're going to see, this is the log. It's where you're going to enter all your delivery data. Everything is going to be calculated in here. So let's put a date. Let's say that today is 9/7. If you double click, it will open a calendar in here as well. So you can just select the number here if you prefer, or you can just type the date. And then here shows the day of the week, and then the date, and then the year. And then here is those 3 that you set on the setup tab. It's going to fit over here, so you just select one. Number of deliveries. Now this is at the end of the day after you were done with your delivery for that day. Just come over here and enter the number of delivery that you did. So if you completed 5 deliveries, just put 5, and then here 4, and this is the time you're gonna clock in and clock out. So if you started your day at 8 a.m. And here you finished your day at 1 p.m. and then here it will auto calculate the duration that you worked for that, for those 5 deliveries. And this, you clock in at the time that you left your house, and then you clock out at the time that you arrived in your house, back from everything. So let's put another time in here. p.m. Okay. And then here is the mileage. So again, when you leave your house, you're going to clock in, and then you're going to enter whatever mileage it's showing in your car. So if you are at 55, 620 miles, you're going to enter that here. At the end of the day, when you're done and you arrived in your house again, you're going to enter the mileage again. So, I don't even know. Let's say here. So, and then here auto calculates for you the total miles that you drove in this duration over here of this delivery. So let's go ahead and enter. Let's say you didn't leave the house, and so your mileage will start where it ended over here, and then here you drove more, right? And then here you're going to enter the payout. So let's say for Instacart, the total of the payout, and that is the amount that the app paid to you total. So Instacart, they give you a fee, right? Or Grubhub or whoever, they give you a fee. They give you a pay per delivery. So let's say you made $100 here, and then here you made $150. And then the tips, we might want to enter it separately, just because that varies a lot per delivery. So here you got, for the total for the day, you got $30 tip, and here you got only $15 tip, for example. Now here, it auto calculates for you your total gross earnings. So on Instacart, your total gross earnings was $130. So this is what you should see that your payout on Instacart was. Same for this one. And then this is the net earnings. So this one already discount, your gas, how much gas you spent. And then here, actually no, this one takes the taxes. So net earnings is discounting the tax, because you earn this, but then you have to save 30%, for the government. So for you, net pocket, that you pocket money in your pocket, is $91, and then here it deducts the fuel, and this is calculated based on the price of the fuel that you entered on the setup tab, and it's calculated based on the mileage per gallon that your car makes. So this is just an average, but just so you have an idea. And then here is your total net earnings per hour. So it's the gross minus the tax minus the fuel, and this is what you actually made per hour. So this is your net earnings. So after everything, for that day, you made $17.52 per hour on Instacart, and then here this one is for, what was that one? Grubhub. And then this is just for you to keep track of your deposits. I know the Instacart, I think they pay, I don't know if it's weekly or if it's daily, I can't remember. So you just enter the date that you were paid here, and this is just a check, so you can just keep track that you did receive that money in your account. because it's just for you. And then here is the write-off for your taxes for the mileage, right? It's calculating based on how much you drove and then times that 65 cents. So this is what you can write off your tax, and this is the actual money that you have to put aside for taxes. And this is the gross minus the gross minus the 30%. This is the total, just so you know, okay, so for this delivery I have to save $39 for taxes, and for this delivery I have to save $49.50 for taxes. So that should be it for this part right here. And then you have your overview, and this here gives you the basic insights. So this is the number of deliveries year to date. So this is going to calculate everything that you enter in here, and then this is your net earnings minus fuel. So this is going to sum everything from here, right? So it's your gross minus your tax minus your fuel. So this is the total in your pocket, the money that it's actually free for you to use. And then here is your average pay per hour year to date. So this one is going to sum all of this here, and then it's going to take an average. And then this is an estimated annual net income, and that means that if you keep up, if every day you do, if every day you make this amount of money ish, and then this is what this gives you an idea on how much you're gonna have earned in the entire year. And then down here you have monthly breakdown, so you can see that this gives you the year to date. So this is how many deliveries you've done, how many hours you worked, how much miles you've drove, how much you earned from the actual app, and this is how much you made in tips. And then you got the gross earnings, how much you have to put aside for taxes. So this is really important. Just make sure that this number is always, matching, just so you don't have any surprises when you're ready to file for taxes. And this is your net earnings minus fuel. So this one is the gross minus the taxes, and this one is minus the fuels. And this is your average pay per hour. And then here is the same thing, except that it gives you a breakdown per month. So here you can see everything that I entered was in September. Now, if I go back here, if this was actually October, now here you can see that in September you had 5 deliveries, and your total average per hour, for example, was this. And then this is for August, and this is same thing. So it just automatically updates everything. And then here is just a little chart for you if you're more of a visual person. It gives you an average, number of deliveries, so you can see your whole year at a glance. So number of deliveries that you've done in January, February, March, and you can see like this will go up and down as you fill out the information in here. So just so you know, you can see, okay, so and this you can have like trends. For example, well, maybe May, June, and July, and you saw like a spike, so to plan to save more time to work on this 3 months of the year. It'd be like, well, this is when or maybe you made more money on that. It should be here. So net earnings minus fuel, or either average per hour, should be like about the same curve. So you can see like, oh, maybe this month here I can make it a higher, amount per hour, perhaps. So this is it for this. I hope this was helpful. When you use it, please let me know. You can leave a feedback, and if you have any questions, if you find anything wrong with this spreadsheet, just let me know. Just send me a message and I'll get back to you. And I hope this is helpful. Thank you for watching.